Hi everyone. First of all, I'm sorry for this poor light, but here where I am in UK, it's in the middle of the night. I know that on the group we are from all over the world, so I don't know what is the time there where you are, but here it's in the middle of the night and the light is not very good, and I have studio lights and everything, but I was just going through the Facebook posts from the group, and also reading some um, answers the questions that I have when someone asks to join the group. And there are many questions about how do I start, from where do I start, what are the best tools, I'm a beginner, can you advise, and everything. And I keep saying that you find info in announcements, because there are saved some pretty good materials, such as books I use, websites packed with so valued info, and yes, I keep saying go to announcements, but I really thought, and I had an epiphany that maybe, for example, when I first started, I really wanted a friend, somebody to sit at the table and just talk about lettering, talk about okay, let's start this, what do we get, how do we start, and everything. A friend, somebody to talk with. My close friends, they are not involved in a lettering, passionate about or everything, so my most valued relations are from the internet, regarding lettering and calligraphy, and people I don't really personally know, but I appreciate very much and they motivate me very much. And I really sat and thought about this, and now I am here, and I am trying to make this video like me talking to a friend. And I have here a bunch of pens, and I want to specify that this is not a pen promotion or anything, so I don't get anything from this other than joy and happiness if I can help someone with this video. So yeah, when I first started, I got the right paper because I had good info. I got the right pens, but I took the wrong steps, meaning that I got my Tombow, I got my Rhodia paper, I got well, not from the beginning. After I tried several things, I even tried my eyeliner because I was so anxious, and I thought, well, this looks like a brush, it's flexible, why not try it? Yes, and later I got into the real deal. So I got in the end my pens. So my Pentel Touch with flexible tip Tombow and Tombow Dual, and my Rhodia paper, and I started practicing. At that point, what I considered practicing was writing words, and I was holding my pen. For example, I really wanted to handle big brush pens, so I took this one. And because I had no idea how to hold it, this is also a Rhodia paper, but I wrote something here and I cropped it. and because I had no idea how to hold it, I was hold it too upright. So now sometimes I hold it like this to write in a certain way, but now I handle the pressure. But then I wasn't able to handle the pressure, and I was putting too much pressure on the tip, and I've ruined the tip. My first Tombow Dual went in the bin right away because I used it first I use it not on a proper paper, I use it on a drawing paper, and the um, brush tip frayed super quickly, and I thought, oh, what a bad pen, but it wasn't a pen, it was the paper and the amount of pressure that I was putting on the tip, and all these factors made me ruin it super quick. And then slowly I understood that you have to write in an angle, and you have to put pressure, but on the side of the pen like this, and to release the pressure when you go into your upstroke. I understood that also the breathing is important, because at first I had very shaky lines, and because I wasn't breathing properly, I was holding the pen so tight, and felt pain in this finger here, and I was doing everything wrong. So I needed someone to guide me, to talk with me and about all of this, but I hadn't, and I went on the long way, ruining pens, throwing paper in the bin, feeling incapable. I almost quit even. Then slowly I started to invest in books. I bought some modern calligraphy books. They weren't quite my style. I wasn't so captivated. I was seeing so much work from the artists on the internet, on Instagram, Facebook, and I was so fascinated by so many scripts, and I said I want to do that and that and that and that and that, but where do I start? What do I do? Then I invested in 3 books that practically changed my vision forever. And the first one was this book, The Calligrapher's Bible, 100 complete alphabets and how to draw them, and it contains many hands. I'll show you just the hands. I won't go through all the book. You'll need to get it if you want it. I don't think it's fair. So I will just show you, just a second, the hands and how it's structured. There is not much info here about each script, but it's enough, I think. Just a second to go through. Go to and this is the preparation. I have to go slow with this because sometimes when I turn the pages I ruined a few pages. So these are the hands, yes, the hands, and yeah, you have so many hands here, examples here. Roman, post-Roman, insular, Gothic, so many Gothic scripts. They're absolutely beautiful. I am practicing from here Gothic scripts with my parallel pens. I intend to share more in the future, more posts. Yes, over here Renaissance, Baroque, Modern. Yes, here at Modern you have a few scripts, and let's just say my absolute favorite, yeah, from Baroque, and let's choose copperplate capitals, copperplate English round hand, so it's 166, 166, 166, yeah, like I said, be careful when you turn the pages. And you have here, this is the amount of information that you have. It tells you a bit about English round hand. You have here the script, the hand, basic structure, letter group, strokes, and that's it. And then you go to the next hand and script and so on, yeah. So 100 complete alphabets, and this is a very special reference book. This is how I consider it. And I am a modern calligrapher. I am not a classic calligrapher, traditional calligrapher, but I am super fascinated by studying the traditional, and I get inspired from the traditional, and I absolutely love and adore mixing the old with the new, and this makes my heart and my soul super happy, and I'm fascinated, and this is my reference temple. Okay, and what do you see everywhere? All the scripts with the thick and thin strokes that you see everywhere. Modern calligraphy with the funky M's, yeah, and everything, and with the bouncy letters and so on. It's inspired from the traditional script copperplate. So all the modern calligraphy that you see in this style with the thick and thin, it's inspired from copperplate, and it's a tribute to copperplate. This is how it is. And I realized this, and studying this book, Mastering Copperplate Calligraphy, a step-by-step manual, made me truly and deeply realize how important it is to practice your basic strokes. I practiced my basic strokes before getting this book because everybody talked about basic strokes, and I've seen videos on the internet and lettering artists posting on Instagram about basic strokes, but I always said basic strokes are boring. I don't want to practice basic strokes. I just want to practice words and phrases and skip that part. But once I started studying this book and reading and being aware of the beauty of the traditional script, And here in this absolutely beautiful book that it is, you have so many info about the basic strokes. Yes, the basic strokes. You have here so much information about basic strokes and do's and don'ts and incorrect strokes, why you shouldn't do a stroke like this or like this or like this, and you should do it like this. But this is a traditional script, yes, and it's also done in the book also with the letters, why a letter should look like this and not like this, and with the capitals also, see examples. And it's because it's a traditional script, and uh, traditional scripts have a very specific set of rules, and if you want um, to master a traditional script, you have to follow them, and you have to follow them strictly. You have to use the proper tools, you have to sit in a certain way, move your hand in a certain way, you have to respect the angles, the letter shapes, the consistency of the letters, and everything. And you can do this by practicing and practicing and practicing and doing the basic strokes, and in time you can say that you started to master certain scripts. See from where it started, and why the letters look in a way, and why consistency is important, and angle is important, and what can you do to have some strategies and guidelines, but also adopt modern calligraphy and create your own style, unique. And because this is the beauty of modern calligraphy, that you can create your own style, and you can put a super fresh and original twist on a classic script, on a traditional script. So now we will talk about my favorite, which is copperplate round hand, but with a modern twist. And sometimes I go a bit crazy modern, but most times I prefer to say that I'm modern mostly because I use modern tools. And I use modern tools because they are super accessible. It's very difficult for my lifestyle to sit and prep a nib with ink and all the routine to clean the nib, to do everything. And it is super easy just to sit in a corner quickly and take my Fudenosuke or my touch, and do some drills, some words, some quotes in my notebook, and just relax and just breathe in and breathe out on the strokes, and get rid of all my day-to-day thoughts. So it's like a meditation, it's something very relaxing for me. And sometimes of course I prep my nibs, and I take my Ecoline inks and my pearlescent watercolors and everything, and I sit for hours. And but this happens not so often as I wish. So I always go to the brush pens, and I have Pentel brush pens on colors, stumble on colors. I have many brush pens that I often don't get to use them, but these are my go-to. And I talk a lot, but I have a lot to say, and it will be a long video, and I hope that you find it helpful. So let's go to this. So I said that I had this and I ruined this super quick. These I couldn't ruin them because they are super resistant and absolutely amazing. This is more pretentious because of the material that the nib is done, but this, I think it's a plastic fiber or something, they are super resistant. So let's get this. Why I've picked these pens? Because you can get them separately. You don't have to buy a set. Yeah, you just need to get one of these. These two sometimes come in a set, so you can get these two. One of these separately. Now you can also get 3 of these in a set, and you have a super small tip, a big tip, and the touch, which is medium. I just got this in a set, but I started only with the touch. So let's talk about this. So this, yeah, let's see what you can do with this. I always use, this is something scribbled by me, it's a grid that I did, and the slant is 55. Yeah, and you just take a piece of paper. Rhodia, it's super quality paper and it's quite transparent, so you can see the grid underneath, and you just practice the basic stroke. So you have upstroke, downstroke, and you go slow, and you breathe in on the upstroke and breathe out on the downstroke. Okay, this is what you do. So you have upstroke, downstroke, and you practice. You make a row, and you make it on the, see, you make it on the slant. Yeah, and even when you go between the lines in a slanted grid, you try to keep a reference. See, you guide with the help of the line. Yeah, so you have upstroke, downstroke, you have underturn, overturn, you have compound curve, you have the oval. Everybody runs from the oval, and I keep hearing that it's difficult, but I don't find it so difficult. I quite enjoy doing ovals. Sometimes I also forget to relax, so you need to relax. You need to hold your pen lightly. Don't think too much. But what are you doing? Just relax and get creative. Okay, so yes, you need to plan ahead, but don't stress too much. Okay, so ovals, then you have the ovals, then you have the ascending loop, you have the descending loop, and that's about it. And why are these important? Okay, we have these basic strokes. What do we do with them? Why do we have to? Because these build the letters. How they build the letters? Well, let's pick a word. Let's put this here. I wanted to make on this so I can keep it here. So now I will show you. In order for you to see better, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I will make this my X height, and I will double and a bit, maybe, we'll see, the X height for the ascending loop and for the descending loop, ascender, descender. Okay, and let's write a word. Let's write mighty. And what do we have in mighty? Let's first write it here. We have M. Yes. What's here? These are the basic strokes. Yes, we have underturn, overturn, compound curve, underturn, oval, descending loop, ascending loop. We have an underturn, but a longer one, underturn and descending loop. And it's the word mighty. Broke down on basic strokes. And now let's write our word. Ta-da! So see, this is why it's important to practice this. Because you learn them, you do them repeatedly, and you practice your memory muscle, and then you go writing words, and it's super easy. So I hope this makes sense and you find it valuable information if you didn't reach it already, because there are many teaching artists, and I just want to say this, that I'm not a teaching artist, so I'm just a person that has a study group, and I want to study and to share with the persons that want to follow my journey, to share what works for me and what I do. But seeing all these questions and all the people that reached out, asking me, how do I do that? Why do I use that? What to use? What. I'm trying to build something, to create something, to help more. I don't know. I'm thinking getting into teaching, but for this I need first to create a system and to work for this and to express myself in the best way. And it's a long road, but I want to help with this, so you can clarify some things for yourself. And what is the most asked question is how do I transfer from the thick and thin? And I also had this struggle because I used to do this. So I used to go on the downstroke and I was going so slow and carefully that I mostly forgot to release, and I was doing like this here, awful. Or I was doing too fast. Let's take a novel. Sometimes it happens this. Even now, I was going too fast, yeah? And I was going here like this, or here, like this, here. Why? Too fast or too slow? You have to find a balance. And try doing this. You go thin, and then apply pressure, and then lift, pressure, lift. Do waves. I call them waves. I love the sea. It's so relaxing. And do waves. Do waves from here to here. Go on a wave with this lettering. Yeah? So do it all the way. And or imagine that you are driving a car, yes? And you drive. You don't go like this. Or you drive. You don't go like this. Some artists go like this. But I want to go slow. Yeah, so you go slow and you make the curve. You apply pressure and then you lift the pressure and go into the upstroke. You release the pressure. See? I think about here you release the pressure. You can also notice. Here you start to release. And there is a poor light, but you can actually see that here the ink is darker than here because I've released the pressure around here to prepare to go into my upstroke. Yeah, and into my downstroke also. Apply the pressure, not immediately, so it's upstroke and apply the pressure. No, you take the curve and then apply the pressure. It takes practice, but it's achievable. And also I am seeing a lot of artists that talk about this, and it's good that they talk about this, and more the merrier that go with this info and it reaches many people. Is this. You start your letter on a slant, let's say a 55 slant, and then you go with your, so you have your oval, and then you go with your under turn, you go on a right slant. And what is this? The letter has no balance, and it looks, for me it looks weird, because having different slants is a bit confusing. And look, you have this slant and then you have this slant, and the person that watches your artwork, it's a bit confused. I don't know, it's a thing of call it aesthetic, or I used to do this, many of us do this. So usually you better respect a slant. Looks better like this, right? Or for example, when you do an A, you do the A, and then you go too much in the A. Oh, and this, let's say at, let's write at, yes? You write your A, a beautiful oval, and then you go like this, and you go also like this. And what is this? Let's see what is wrong here. First, you have this angle, you have this angle. This angle is good, but this is too short here, and here you didn't release the pressure. So what do? We try to respect the angle. So we have the 55 angle, you go with your underturn up so you can make a connection, a good connection for your D. And here it is. Looks much better, right? Yes, you can call this, if you want, a modern style and go crazy a bit. But yeah, it's up to you. There are some rules in traditional calligraphy that can make your modern calligraphy much beautiful and consistent and pleasant to the eye. So it's good to know this. It's beautiful to know this. If you're a modern calligraphy artist, a modern lettering artist, go get crazy. Yeah, all art is beautiful. It's better to create anything than not to create at all. But there are some things that are worth learning, and get yourself a traditional script book. Search the internet, the best traditional books. Listen to a friend that recommends something. Listen to me that I'm recommending you that book, just to read it. Maybe you decide to pursue the classic script. Maybe you decide that you have the time and the energy and the willingness to pursue the traditional script, and it's perfect, and you do that. But if not, you just grab the info like a sponge and go with all that info in your modern calligraphy journey, and it will be much easier and much better and much clearer. And I also encourage, even if you read a traditional book and you learn it. Join groups like this group and listen to artists on Facebook, internet, their podcasts, their YouTube tutorials, their Skillshare classes, Udemy classes, online classes, anything, all the info, and get inspired and create. And let's make this lettering community big and powerful. So you have the small brush tip pens, yes. Let's say this because these are, for example, these are less accessible, at least in UK, this set with 3 pentel touch, 3 different sizes, but this you can find it easy, and this even easier. So you have the soft tip, the small tip, the medium tip, yeah. And let me show you what they can do. So you have the small tip from Tombow, and I'm writing a bit fast here, but you should go slower, but just for a demonstration purpose. I don't like my slant here. Okay, so this is the small tip, this is the hard tip from Fudenosuke, and this is the soft tip. Yeah, so like I said, hard tip, soft tip, and from pentel touch, yeah, so it's a bit more softer than the soft tip from Tombow. So if you get these 3, for example, you have 3 different sizes and flexibility in there. This not necessarily size as flexibility. This is more flexible than this, but you can go with these 2 and practice a lot and extraordinary. Then you can get also this. Let me show you what you can create with them. For example, let's take this, the big brush, and let's write what? Let's write night sky. Yeah? No. Let's write it's late, because it's late. It's late here. Let's write late. Or you can go more modern. This is more formal, classic. This is more modern. And this is modern and bouncy. Right? See, super different. Modern styles, but modern, more formal, classic. I don't know how to call this, modern, simply, and bouncy. Yeah, loose. This is loose. And let's write also it's late, late, late. It's late. And you have this, yeah? You go get a gray. Why? To create shadows. Let's create shadows. Also for this. And this is all you need to practice for months to start your journey. And post on the group. Ask questions. I really hope more people help by answering super beginner questions and sharing their work. I also made a white gel pen or this Faber-Castell. Oh yes, I wanted to show you also you can apply shadow also with this Faber-Castell, but I will show you. Yeah. You highlight your letters. It's a trendy effect. You can go with the gel pen or you can go with this Faber-Castell. I find the gel pen more white, but this Faber-Castell white pen, it's absolutely brilliant to have anyway. I think I will. Yeah, it's a bit dry. Sometimes I forget my pens with the caps off. Don't do this, they will dry. Let's do this. I forgot what I was saying, but I think I was saying about this. So it's late, look, just with these pens. Let's say hello. In a bouncy style. And you also have this gray, which is better because this is a, see the difference? So this is best to shadow your smaller letters and this your bigger letters, but you can also shadow your smaller letters just with a tip, just that this offers you more precision, but you don't need to necessarily get them. You can do a great job only with this. But if you're asking me how I started to learn shadows, I will tell you right now. I was seeing everyone talking about shadows, so I got creative because I also studied drawing and I have a lot of pencils and pencil sizes. Now I've picked this HB to show you. And I also have these paper stamps. Let's write, not with this, let's write with this. A hey. Right. What I want to tell you is that you don't have to write with a certain slant if you're doing modern calligraphy. You can go more upright or you can go more slanted, like a 60-degree slant or 55. But you just create your style and see how is comfortable for you to write, but just keep in mind to respect one angle. Don't go many different angles in the same lettering. And now let's use yes, just a pencil. And now look how beautiful it looks. Sometimes I prefer it more than using the Tombow or the Faber or any gray whatsoever. Just with a pencil and a paper stamp. Look how beautiful. Can you see? right? I don't know how well can you see what I'm doing. I cannot zoom out. No, yeah, zoom out. Yeah. So this is all you need. Pencil, paper stamp, Fudenosuke's, Panther Touch, this gray if you want it for shadows, this gray if you want it, and that's about it. And oh yes, and this Tombow dual, and you can do a extraordinary job with this and progress a lot. And then you can, well, you can get all the sets you want from the start and all the brush pens and everything, but these are more than enough to help you progress and properly train for brush calligraphy, brush lettering. With these small tip pens you can easily practice a formal and traditional script like copper plate, and also modern calligraphy. And do you know why the group is called Art of Hand Lettering and Modern Calligraphy? Because I mostly post modern calligraphy and brush lettering, brush calligraphy, but not so much hand lettering, because I started with hand lettering. I started drawing letters. I started drawing them with a pencil. And let's say you have an A, yes? How do you draw your letters? I used to do this because I wanted to understand where it goes. I couldn't understand where it goes the thin and where it goes the thick. And I was observing and analyzing so many references, and I was drawing. I was drawing my A, and then I was looking at my A and I said, okay, now what do I do? Where is the thick? And I was trying. Is it here? Oh no, I think it's too big. Is it here? Oh no, I think it's too big, but looks kind of good. Okay, let's do it again. Is it here? Oh no, it's too thin. Or here? No, let's do it again. Another A. And so on. And then I was taking a normal bullet nib and inking in. So this is hand lettering. This is for calligraphy. I prefer much hand lettering. But yeah, this is for calligraphy. And I was drawing my letters. And this is why I named it the Art of Hand Lettering and Modern Calligraphy. Also because, for example, you need to write on a blackboard or on a glass, and you only have a bullet nib. You don't have a brush pen, or you can't, from several reasons, you can't use a brush. And you have to do this. You have to apply hand lettering, fox calligraphy. And you can do it also beautifully. Just look. You take your pencil, you write your word. Yeah, so this is why I call the group the art of hand lettering. Oh, and you now, and modern calligraphy. And now you. And the beauty of this is that you can erase if you don't like how it looks. You erase and try again, and erase and try again, and so on. Now take see, just pencil and a bullet nib. You could have easily filled your design in with also with ball pen, to be honest. So every pen, gel pen, ball pen, every pen. This is hand lettering. You hand letter, you draw. Hand lettering is drawing your letters. I just drew this word. I didn't write it. Yes, I can write it. Well, I could have done this way much better by taking more time, of course. Because you should always take your time. Don't rush this process. This is the beauty of the lettering arts, that it's confusing with all these speed videos, but you should take your time, you should letter slow, you should enjoy the moment and create your artwork. I hope this was helpful. I was clear enough in my explanation, and like I said, approach this video like a friend, trying to share with you a way to help you progress, and I hope you have find value in all this info, and let me know if there is something else that I have a lot of print screens and saved messages, and I keep rereading them, and I try to overcome this shyness of speaking and explaining and showing my face, and I'm such an introvert about this, and I am trying to overcome this so I can explain more, so I can even, I don't necessarily I am not necessarily a fan of this word, but maybe getting into teaching, because I have so many questions about that start with what to do, what to use, from where to start, and everything, and they are addressed to me, and I want to help, and I am trying to do all these videos, real-time videos, speed videos, VS real, but I just VS real-time videos. But I recently also posted an image that was said there that you learn a small percent from what you read, a small percent from what you see, a small percent from what you hear, a bigger percent from what you see and hear, a bigger percent from what you talk with someone about, and an even bigger percent, the biggest percent, from teaching somebody. And this is how you understand better everything, and practically you improve yourself and grow, and we should all do this. And yes, I try to overcome this shyness of speaking, because I'm terrified that I don't speak correctly, English not being my first language, but I will overcome also this, like many other things. And yes, I hope this was helpful and insightful, and let me know what else do you wish to know, because I might not do a video soon, or I don't know, but I save all these questions and I reread them, and I think about the community and the questions, and what can I do from my part to contribute, and what can I build also for my growth, and for my future in this lettering world. So yes, ask me, and I will definitely take note, and I will definitely think about, and I will definitely take account on your suggestions. So have a great night, and a great Sunday, and see you soon. See you soon on the group, and with what you create. And I don't know if I said this, but I also created a new Instagram account for the group, and I will be featuring there all the artwork that I love, and the artwork that you post, and I absolutely love it, and I will post it there. And this is how we encourage each other to want to get there, and to grow, and to share, and to practice more, to have a goal. It's like a challenge. It's like any other challenge on the Instagram. Let's challenge ourselves to post there, and to progress, to see progress. It's very important to be aware of our skills, but also just to aim for progress, and don't beat ourselves down if the process is slow, or I don't know. I practice every single day at least 15 minutes the basic strokes, and even more, 1 hour, 2 hours when I have the chance. And in time the results come, and you should be patient and believe and trust the process, and that you are capable of anything that you want to accomplish. It is real talk, it is a real thing. And I started to believe a lot in myself, and I used not to. And I also believe that anyone is capable of anything they truly, truly wish from the deepest place in their heart. So, yes, let's create, continue to create, and see you on the group.